RDNA 2 can be overclocked from 2.2 to 3 GHz with the new BIOS from MSI. There are some new features and tricks for AMD Ryzen 7000 processors in the latest version of the BIOS. First, there are thermal limit profiles tested in the advanced PBO mode. This is a new feature introduced by MSI on the X670 and X670 motherboards that really helps lower the temperature without significantly impacting performance. Second, MSI is also introducing AVX management options for AMD Ryzen 7000 desktop processors on its AM5 motherboards. Currently, all AMD Ryzen 7000 processors have X512 support enabled by default, and there is no option to disable it. However, with the new BIOS, users can disable and enable all AVX modes, AVX2/AVX512. The capabilities of the Ryzen 7000 AVX 512 processors make them the best option for gaming emulators such as RPCS3, Sony PS3. And the last option that MSI provides is the ability to enable RDNA 2 overclocking. All AMD Ryzen 7000 desktop processors come with an integrated RDNA 2 GPU, which has 2 compute units or 1 WGP, 128 cores. By default, the GPU runs at 2200 MHz or 2.2 GHz, but with the latest version of MSI's BIOS, users will get overclocking support in the BIOS. However, it should be noted that the GPU shares voltage with the CPU, so overclocking the GPU can affect overclocking and CPU performance. At the same time, MSI demonstrates overclocking the AMD Ryzen 7000 GPU to 3 GHz. By overclocking to 3 GHz using the JEDEC DDR5 4800 specification, the RDNA 2 chip can deliver up to 20% higher GPU performance in Threadmark Firestrike. If you use DDR5 6000 memory, the higher memory bandwidth can result in an additional 2% to 22% performance boost, which is pretty good. Now, it should be noted that the RDNA 2 on Ryzen 7000 processors is in no way intended for gaming purposes, but it will still be great to see some benchmarks in games that will be able to offer the smallest RDNA 2 GPU.